Hello, hello. Let me turn my music off and pull up the game, which does in fact have its own music, which is great. It's kind of like Mission Impossible-y, which is great. I typed a plus sign into the chat box by accident. Let me get rid of that. Okay, hello, 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 hello. So I've been playing this game for several months now. Blame my cousin. He got me into it quite a few months ago, and I love it way too much. Here's the thing, I don't really like Marvel movies these days. I've never really read any of the comics, and yet this is one of my favorite card games currently. I love card games of all kinds, but this one is just, it's really fun, okay? It's really fun. So I'm currently at level 70, which is Vibranium rank, and I'm trying to get all the way up here to level 100, to Infinite rank, eventually. So I'm just gonna be playing ranked games for a few hours, and we're gonna hang out, we're gonna vibe, we're gonna have fun. That's it. So it's gonna be a lot of chatting, and me talking about game strategy, probably. Wow, ads. Okay. Yeah, I don't have control over those, because I don't have my, Twitch thing open. That is a lot. I actually cheat ads when I'm watching other streamers. I use Firefox as a browser where it lets me minimize videos into like a little box in the corner of my screen, and if you do that while there's an ad on, you can turn the sound back on the stream and then turn the sound off on the ad, so you watch the ad while still watching the stream, so you don't miss anything, which is great. It's really convenient. Number one reason to switch to Firefox. You don't miss anything on Twitch streams when you get ads. Welcome back from the ad, Brick. Okay, so yeah, this game is pretty easy to pick up on if you've never played it before. So I'll just start, I guess. I'm currently playing my Galactus deck, which is new. I literally built it like 2 days ago. No, yesterday. I built this yesterday, so I'm still getting used to it and figuring out how it works. So you have a deck of 10 cards that all do different things, and you can play them at 3 different locations, and each location has its own power. And there's 6 turns. Unfortunately, my face is covering the turns, but they're short games. Let me know if it's too loud. It might be too loud. Also, I can explain what things do if people want me to. The turns just go pretty fast. So I'm currently playing a deck that revolves around, like, destroying other people's cards, which is fun. It's kind of broken. Like, it's really broken. They're some of the best decks. Galactus is one of the most overpowered cards in the entire game. Really annoying to play against. Great fun when I'm the one playing. See, look, here we go. I'm about to win. Because Galactus destroys literally everything else on the field. Everything else just explodes. Which is really annoying when you have something else set up, but when that's what your deck revolves around, it's fine. I think I win here? Unless they pull out some, like, really... Yeah, okay. Nope. I actually just- I screwed myself. Alright. That's how fast this game is, and also how difficult it can be. 'Cause it's so easy. It's so easy, and yet that makes it hard. You know? When it's easy for everyone, it's hard. This X23 card is new, and I am enjoying it so much. It's very convenient for this deck. I also just love all the card art and stuff. There's this one artist that does cards, Luca Claretti, I think. Their variants are so pretty. I just love the art style. And Dan hips are so fun and cartoony. I do actually have to think about this. Do that. I'm actually trying. I really want to be good at this. I'm always kind of trying to leave one location free, in case I draw Galactus. Because... Wait, no. Actually, no, yes. I'm doing that. Because Galactus only works if he's the only card that you have on that location. It used to be different, but then they recently nerfed the card to make it more difficult to play. And it's still overpowered. But, so it has to be the only one at that location. Wait, no. No. It used to be just that it had to be the only one at that location, and then they nerfed it and added that it also had to be winning in terms of power. So if your opponent was already winning at that location with, by power, it wouldn't work. That was the nerf. It didn't work very well. It's still one of the best cards in the game. If not the best, honestly. So I was thinking I'd just play like Galactus deck for a while and then maybe switch to a different deck later. I don't know. I just want to hang out. That's what I'm doing. I'm hanging out. I enjoy this game. The background is so pretty. I know, everything in this game is really pretty. And it runs really well. It's so smooth. I think I'm gonna win this one. Because it looks like I'm holding the right two locations. Yeah. I got all three. Yay! So during the game, you can click the like cube thing to snap, which is where the name of the game comes from. And depending on how many times you and your opponent can each snap once during the game if you're like confident. And depending on how many times it's snapped, the more point things you get towards your rank at the end of the game, or you lose that equivalent. So you have to snap only if you're like confident, you know. And you can also retreat if you're not confident and you want to, like... So if someone snaps and you aren't confident that you're gonna win, you can retreat before the snap takes effect, and then you only lose the first amount of points. It's hard to explain, but it's very simple, actually. This is a very simple game. It looks like it would lag a lot. Well, no, this is the smoothest running game on my entire computer. I don't know why. It just is. It runs really well on my phone as well, but it actually runs better on my computer. Especially compared to the stream yesterday. This is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. No lag to be seen. Sinister London is a location that can either be really annoying or really helpful, and it's being really helpful at the moment, but it might quickly become annoying. Also, this is the first time I've ever played this game with headphones on, so I didn't know that some of the characters had, like, voice lines and stuff. I didn't know that was a thing. Also, yes, my Wolverine is anime. Don't question it. It's literally called the anime variant. Look. Anime variant. He's anime and I love him. Okay, this is hard. I'm gonna get rid of this location. So that it knocks Carnage's power back down. And then... I guess I'll also play Psylocke there? See, I've gotten into a sticky position because of Sinister London. Because I have this Bucky and this Nova here that I can't do anything with. I can't destroy them. Which is annoying. But I can play Null next turn and that should do something. Because it's up to 56 power now. No. I'm playing Deathlock first. Yeah, I'm playing Deathlock first to clear... I'm actually trying, you can tell. I'm very sincere about trying to win this. Here we go. Okay. I love that Gwen is on the back of the cards. Oh yeah, does this guy have... Yeah, this guy has a Gwen card sleeve. Mine is, I forget what mine is. Hang on. It's Dakin. That's mine. This is literally the hardest rank to progress from, I swear. Once you get over 60, it's like, it's incredibly difficult. I have been at 70 rank since I started playing this game. I have been stuck here. I've gotten to 80 briefly a couple of times, but then your rank gets reset down like to like 20 every new season. So then I work my way back up to 70, and then it's so hard to get back to 80, and I've never gotten to 90 or 100. My cousin is at 100, and I'm jealous. I'm determined. I really want to get there. This deck isn't bad. My high evolutionary deck was also doing pretty well. I'm gonna do this. Magic is a fun card. Magic adds an extra turn to the game, because this game just has wild rules. Bucky, Deathlock. Let's do that. I can leave that limbo open in case I draw Galactus. Because you have more cards than there are turns in the game, and there aren't any cards that you can put into your deck that allow you to draw more cards, you are never guaranteed to get your, like, the card that your entire deck is built around. So you always have to have, like, one or two other strategies when building your deck, which is really... it's a lot. It's so much. Okay, yes. No, Deadpool. I'm doing Deadpool. So I can kill Deadpool, and then play Galactus next turn. And then on turn 7, I can play Null and Deadpool, and that should... no, because either just Null or Deadpool, because X-23 and Wolverine will take up the other 2 spots. I know too much about this game. This is one of the... oh no. Come on, please. Oh no. See, that's what I mean. The power on the other side beats out Galactus, and so the effect doesn't work. That's frustrating. Okay. What can I do? I can still win, is the thing, because I have backup strategy. I'm gonna play Null there, and Deadpool there, to just try and hold on to those- yes! I won! You also win if your opponent retreats, which is great. Sometimes you just need to look like you know what you're doing, and your opponent will be like, okay, no, I'm out of here. Anyway. How is everyone doing? Tell me something that is not about Marble Snap, because otherwise I will simply sit here and say words about Marble Snap this whole time. It's a fun game. I just play it too fast to explain what I'm doing. I'm glad your day was good. My day was also good. I was up till 11 o'clock last night timestamping stuff from yesterday's stream so that I could edit into a video. And I started video editing this morning. I pulled out like the timestamps out and stuff, and I just need to like clip it down and add voiceover bits and stuff. I have a bit of a headache, but it's getting better. Take some ibuprofen and water and lay down. Probably shouldn't be watching a stream if you have a headache, but at the same time, I will not condone anybody leaving my stream. So, no, mixed, don't listen to me. Don't. Just don't. I don't give good advice. I wish I played slow enough that I could be like, this is what this card does, and this is what this card does. But I don't read any of them. Like, I have all of them memorized, the cards that are in my deck, so I just know what they do already. I'll be fine, I want to be here. Alright. Alright. You should still take like an ibuprofen or something, if you have it. I could play this Galactus if only just Deadpool wasn't here. Damn. I didn't think about that. Okay. Well. Let's go with that. And that. And Snap, because I don't give good advice, Howler 2023. Yeah, no, I don't. My advice is bad, unless it's about card games. My advice is bad unless it's about card games or, like, some very specific sci-fi. There we go. I took something earlier, don't worry. Okay, good. Wonderful. Amazing. Hope you feel better soon. I literally spent my morning editing, and then... Editing! Such a difficult word to say. And then I went to the chiropractor, and that's all I've done today. I came home and I ate ramen for lunch. That's it. Okay, so the goal here is to just hold on to the locations I have. So I'm gonna do that. And the question is, do I play Deadpool here or do I play Deadpool here? I'm gonna go with here. And hope that they don't play something super strong over here. Okay. Let's see. Moment of truth. Yes! You cannot... I cannot explain the amount of happiness I feel when I correctly predict what my opponent's going to do and counter it and win in this game. It requires so much thought. The cousin that got me into this game is actually, fun fact, the same cousin that got me into playing Honkai Star Rail, like a few months before the Marvel Snap incident. Call it an incident. I saw him playing Marvel Snap at it was a family dinner. I don't remember what it was for. It might have been like Thanksgiving or something. And I was like, oh, that looks cool. What is it? And he was like, oh, it's Marvel Snap. And I was like, you know, I don't really like Marvel stuff, but that's neat. And then the next day I woke up and I was like, I have to play that game. And I did. I downloaded it right then and there. So that's how I started playing Marvel Snap. Honkai Star Rail was just... I'd been playing Genshin Impact before, and it was fine. I'd been getting bored of it. I just pulled Skara, and it was so frustrating trying to get him to fully leveled. So I was getting pretty frustrated, and then Star Rail came out, and I saw my cousin at choir practice, and he was like, oh, have you been playing Star Rail? And I was like, no. I signed up for the, whatever it's called, the pre-registration, yeah. I signed up for the pre-registration, but I forgot to actually try it. He was like, oh, it's a turn-based RPG. And that immediately sold me. I was like, turn-based? You mean I actually have to, like, put thoughts into it and stuff? Instead of just spamming the attack button and dodging. So then I went home that night and downloaded it that night. And I've been playing Star Rail ever since. So my cousin has really good taste in games, apparently. Don't tell him I said that. Or do, actually. I don't care. He's nice. I've yet to actually play him at this game, though, because he's Infinity rank, so he's so much higher than me. Now, this would be a perfect time to draw Galactus. Okay. 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 So this is why Galactus is broken. Because look, my opponent has crazy numbers, like, not crazy numbers, but really good cards on their side of the field, and I just wipe it all out and win. with one card in the field. Imagine being on the receiving end of that. It's truly the most annoying thing that your opponent can do. I hate it. I hate it so much, but I love doing it to other people. That's the thing about just any sort of game when there's something so stupidly broken. So annoying to go up against, so fun to do to other people. The background music isn't bad. I was like, if it's bad, I'll have to replace it with my own music, but it's not. It's not bad. The power of being able to do a little trolling. Yeah. Exactly. I can just wipe every card from the field. And the thing is, I didn't have any of, I didn't have X-23 or Wolverine on the field at that time, but both of these cards, when they're destroyed, instantly regenerate to a different location. Like a random location. It can be the same one. So, if you play Galactus and they're at different locations, they'll both regenerate at the location that Galactus is at. And so, you just immediately have superpower on your side. And there's not much you can do to recover from that. Though I often screw myself over by doing it wrong. So there's that. Let's do a little... Actually, let's do Psylocke and then Deathlock. I meant to check out... There's Twitch drops right now for this game. But I totally forgot to look into it. I apologize. Completely do not know a single thing about it. To be honest, I'm literally just gonna play Galactus right here. It's not gonna do anything, but it's a 7 power card, so I'll just do that. So I can get a feel for what we're doing. Okay, it looks like we're both fighting over Olympia. Oh no, I've already played all my destroy cards. I've played Deathlock, I've played Carnage, I've played Venom. I don't have any others. So I think I just have to hope that I pull Null and then it's strong enough to sway Olympia or Limbo. And if not, I'll retreat. Sometimes in this game you just have to tactically retreat. Don't do that. Okay. No, I'm screwed. Just checked, you can enable drops by simply turning a switch on in the dashboard. Okay, I will go do that. Actually, I think I could win here. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it, and I'm gonna go to Twitch and see if I can do that. Yeah, no, I'm screwed. I shouldn't have done that. I pulled Olympia over, but that Iron Man is too annoying. Let's see. Oh, I think Brick just turned it on. Brick, did you just turn it on? Enable drops. Okay. Apparently I already had it on. Okay, it's connected. It's fine. I don't have to do anything. Okay, it's actually, I already had it on. Apparently, if you already just have, like, drops enabled, it'll just work automatically on if you play a game. Yeah, you have to connect your Twitch account to your Marvel Snap account. Which I actually did, which means that I should watch someone else play Marvel Snap. And try and get some stuff. I don't actually really know how Twitch drops work. I've never done it before, like either for me or watching someone else. I'm very unfamiliar with it. Mirage. Okay, so my entire deck is now gone. This is what I mean by this game has complete nonsense rules. Like, my entire deck is just now random cards. Okay, I guess I'll do that. I'll play Mirage and hope it quantum tunnels into something better, I guess? You could never play this game with physical cards. It's just too much nonsense. Okay, Magneto, with 12 power, that's fine. Okay, that's good. And more random cards. Hi. Actually, I can work with this. I can work with this. This is good. This is fine. Because Dakin does that, and then I can use, like, my Deathlock to destroy it. Living Tribunal? Okay, okay. This is fine. Everything is fine about this. This is completely fine. Oh, just Shang-Chi my Magneto, okay. Okay. Now, what do I do now? This, and this, and see how that goes, because Mirage and X-23 are both going to quantum tunnel into different cards, and then they'll all get destroyed by Carnage. And then Carnage will turn also into a different card. Sometimes you just get into situations and you just gotta do stuff. And hope it works. Mojo! Right, that's okay. Now my Carnage is here. Okay. We'll play Angel and then Carnage. And then Echo Mystique? Or I could play Echo Mystique in the middle and hope they change into something better. I don't think it's worth the risk. I think I'm gonna put them over here. Okay. Okay. Definitely winning there. Come on. Tie. No, and I lose on the tie break. I'm sitting here streaming, and my rabbits are not causing as many problems as they were yesterday. Pepper was throwing stuff yesterday. It was so much. He heard I was streaming and immediately decided to just make a fuss about everything. Oh, wow. Okay. So my Nola's super overpowered now. Anyway. And my other rabbit, Guinea, she actually had surgery just a few days ago. Because a fly bit her a couple weeks ago, and it was really bad. And they had to do surgery on it first time, and then after that surgery, it wasn't healing super well, so they had to do another surgery to remove the abscess and whatnot. But she's doing great. But she's so sleepy, and she looks so sad. She's not. Her face just looks like that. But I'm looking at her and I'm just like, I want to pet you, but I'm streaming. She's very cute. Oh right, yes, game, strategy, things. Baxter building, okay. Whatever location I play null at, I automatically win, which means I have to... I'm going to focus on Baxter Building, which is now Limbo, and I'm gonna try and overpower it with Venom. And then I'll play Null at Hellfire Club on the last turn, and hopefully I will win. Nope, okay. I guess I could play Null at Limbo, but I just don't have enough cards. Annoying. Destroy my entire deck. I'm gonna play Null here, and then I'm just going to see. I think my opponent is also out of cards. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay, I win. I was like, I'm trying to count cards here, which is something you should never do in poker, but it's perfectly allowed to do in Marvel Snap. I could have actually clicked on their icon and it would tell me how many cards they had in their hand, but I didn't think about that. Oh, I beat Trombone Champ today. No, I was playing that yesterday, but I went back onto me and Mud's save file today, and 2 of us were playing, and we beat the final boss, which was very difficult. But I mean, you have to get any score on the final song to win, so it was fine. But it was great. So that happened. It's a very odd game, but I did enjoy it, and I still do enjoy it. I will likely keep playing it. Getting rid of this one because the rocks are annoying. I'll play Deadpool there. I'm leaving the raft open for Galactus. There we go. I got Galactus. But it's 12 power. So I guess I'm stuck. Okay, well. I'll play Psylocke there then. I love how I say I'm stuck and then I immediately snap. It's just such an instinct. I can't not snap. It's so satisfying. I'm not used to my Discord account being so quiet. Because I have it both on streamer mode and it's on my streamer account, which is only in a handful of servers right now. Okay. Oh, this is easy. I just do this. It's fine. Yeah, there we go. No problem. I have a new pop figure arriving soon. Okay, it's not a pop figure. I have a new U2's arriving soon. And I have no idea where I'm going to put him. Because currently I have a line of Funkos and U2's in front of my big monitor. And I've run out of space. Like, they have completely filled my entire desk. Which is, you know, annoying, I guess. So it's like, I sure hope he arrives soon, but I also hope he arrives once I have space to put him. Because currently, I don't know where he's going. Maybe he can sit on the other side of my desk, next to my pen cup. I bought the Percy DeRollo U2s. I haven't even seen campaign 1 of Critical Role. I just love him so much. It's one of those characters, like, you haven't even seen the source material, but you just know. You know in your heart of hearts that it will be your favorite character, you know? That is Percy DeRollo for me. I even have a cosplay and everything of this character I haven't seen. I'm hoping I can intimidate them. There we go! Yes! Sometimes in a bad situation, you can snap and your opponent will get freaked out and retreat. It's great! It's so smart! A little cheesy, but it's smart. Ooh! I unlocked a... I got 10 Zabu boosters, which... This game seems so confusing. Okay, it's not that confusing. I'm gonna go to my deck, and I'm going to explain to you- wait, no, that's High Evolutionary. I'm gonna explain to you how it works, okay? So, this card here, Carnage, and this card here, Venom, and this card here, Deathlock, all three of these cards destroy all of the other cards at a location. And the rest of these cards here, no, these ones here, Deadpool, Nova, X-23, Bucky Barnes, Wolverine, those ones do something when they're destroyed. Do something helpful. You know? Psylocke gives me extra energy, because you need energy to play different cards. Like, it increases the amount of cards I can play next turn, basically. Magic adds an extra turn to the game, so I have an extra turn to mess around on. No, the power of this card is the combined power of every card that's been destroyed in the game. So it gets way more powerful the more cards I destroy. And Galactus destroys every other location and every other card that's on the field. So it's basically just a destroy everything deck. That's what I'm trying to do every game that I play, is I'm just trying to destroy everything. And it's a very simple mechanic. You just want to have the highest power at 2 of the 3 locations to win. That's how the game works. It's fun. There are other variations of this type of deck that you can play with, like, different cards and whatnot. This is just the one that I'm finding working well for me right now. I thought it's like the cards use moves like in Pokemon Trading Card Game, LOL. No, the way that this game works is that there are actually 3 different types of abilities that cards can have. There's on reveal abilities, which is when you play the card, and like the card, when the card flips over, that's when the effect activates, and it only activates then and one time. Ongoing effects are cards that do things the whole time, you know, it's ongoing. And then there's cards that just have text. Those effects don't count as either, they're just, that's what the cards, it's just the ability of the card. So like Carnage has an on reveal effect. Destroy your other cards here. Deadpool just has a straight nothing effect. And Null has an ongoing effect. So that's how that do. And play Deathlock over there, I guess. I actually have a different deck, a White Tiger deck that is almost entirely on reveal cards. It's entirely built around activating on reveal effects way more than they should. It's very fun. I just fill the entire screen with tigers. I'm gonna clean up the rickety bridge, and then I'll have a clean Galactus. Which is very convenient. Oh, wait, no. I can't do that, because both of those Nimrods are gonna reappear at the rickety bridge. And then everything's gonna be destroyed. You know what? No, it's too much of a risk. I'm playing Null over here. And hoping I can... Oh, okay. Nope, I'm dead. I should have done it. No, I would have lost. With the X-23 and the Wolverine, I would have lost anyway, so... Well, it's fine. I can't get a past 71. I've gotten to 72 a few times. It's like... This is the level where everyone is just really good at things. I might switch back to High Evolutionary. I was having good luck with that deck, last week. So I might actually switch back to that deck after this game and see if I do any better. Ooh, prediction! Predictions are fun. I have infinite channel points, so and I'm not allowed to predict. It comes up for me with like a button that's like, predict! And I'm like, it's my stream! I can't predict! I can bet, but you have to be the one to end it. Oh, I don't know how to run a prediction. That's your job. Don't make me do things. I believe in you, Hal. I'm trying my best. I'm just not... This is, as I said, I made this deck literally yesterday, so it's not my specialty. High Evolutionary I've been playing for a few weeks now. And it's a lot more straightforward deck. Well, actually, I think it's less straightforward. This one's just destroy everything. Let's see if I can pull a Galactus on Daily Bugle as long as X-23 doesn't regenerate there. It must sound like I'm just saying nonsense, doesn't it? If you don't understand, if you don't play this game. It must just sound like I'm saying nonsense. Which is honestly normal. I do sound like I'm saying nonsense most of the time. Okay. It looks like I have a clean Galactus. Woohoo! And enough energy to do it. And a spare turn to play Null at the location. Perfect. It's a perfect strategy. Yes, it does. Okay, yeah, it's... Maybe I should just start saying sci-fi nonsense instead. We can talk about Star Trek. You want to talk about Star Trek? I haven't watched Star Trek in so long. I've been distracted by D&D shows. Actually, that's not true. I did watch the one episode of Enterprise I've been slowly making my way through Enterprise. Because that's the one I'm currently watching. I need more water. Oh my gosh. My very loud water bottle. I watched a two-parter of Voyager a while ago. I was watching Voyager. I was watching Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise all at the same time, like alternating episodes, and I got very overwhelmed, and now I haven't watched Star Trek in a while, so I'm going to just continue Enterprise. It has the least seasons of those three shows, so I hope I can get through, I'm hoping I can just get through Enterprise, but I'm also trying to get through Critical Role. Like, I'm trying to catch up on Campaign 3 of Critical Role, which is even more stuff. So, I guess it's just, I'm just in binge-watching hell, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna change decks. I'm gonna play my High Evolutionary deck instead. So I guess I'll change this. Hang on. The Galactus deck is just such a hit or a miss, you know? Like, I never know if it's going to do well. I think I do more reliably well with High Evolutionary or White Tiger. White Tiger was my original deck that I made. I'm focused on Voyager right now, but after that I should continue TNG. I'm stalling, haha. Yeah, TNG is so good. It is. It just is. I love TNG so much. Okay, by the way, so this deck revolves around energy consumption. So, you see this big bubble here? This is how much energy I have in a turn. And you get one more per turn, but then there are cards that give you more energy and stuff. And these cards do things when you have spare energy at the end of a turn, which is very fun. Meanwhile, I'm over here only watching Lower Decks. Slight lie, did see the Strange New Worlds crossover with Lower Decks. I'm making my way through Star Trek by, well, it was by release date, and then I skipped ahead to Enterprise. So, but then I'll go back to Deep Space Nine. So, it's mostly by release date. Excuse me. So, it'll be a while until I get to, like, the current Star Treks, even though I did skip ahead and I watched Picard when the third season started coming out, but I didn't like it. I really did not like Picard. I thought it was bad. Except for season 2, which is a weird opinion. Most people that I talk to, they're like, oh, season 1 and 2 were bad, and season 3 was good. Or, like, oh, season 1 was okay, but season 2 was awful, and season 3 was fine. I feel like I'm one of the only people in the entire world that thinks that Picard season 2 was the best one. Because it wasn't... Here's the thing. Picard season 2 was not good. In any sense of the word. It just was not. good. However, it was fun. That's what I liked about Picard Season 2. It was fun. I actually enjoyed watching it. Picard Season 1 was a drag, and Season 3 I stopped watching because I just didn't like it. Season 2 was fun, and I liked it, and it was bad. You can enjoy things that are bad. Picard, who is she? I don't know her. I will never forgive Picard Season 3. I was watching Picard Season 3 for the return of Lore, and then as soon as Lore came back, Lore and Data and whoever else, I did not watch the next episode. That's where I stopped. That's how bad it was. That I literally went into it for a specific character, and then that character showed up and I stopped watching it. TNG, just pick, I missed a couple messages there about TNG and Deep Space Nine, but I've been enjoying, I don't think there's a single Star Trek that I have watched where I've been like, this isn't really my thing. They're all very different, but I like them all. Except for Picard, where I only liked the second season. But I still at least liked part of it, is the point. I liked part of it. Having hopes for Lore was a mistake on my part. Yeah. They didn't... Yeah. I don't know. It just... It was a weird choice. And it was also like... In all the promotional material, they really hyped up, like, here's Lore, and here's Moriarty, and, like, we're bringing back a bunch of old villains, and Locutus is... We're gonna talk about that, finally, in this show that was supposed to be about that. We're finally actually gonna talk about it. And then they just, like, didn't. Moriarty was in the show for literally, like, 3 seconds. And... then Lore was a good guy, I guess? I don't know for sure. As I said, I didn't watch it. But he definitely wasn't the villain that that he was, like, set up to be in the material. So it was false advertising, and I was disappointed. I don't think I'd like new Trek. 90s Trek and earlier is where I'm at, I think. I haven't seen any... I feel like I think Picard is a bad representation of new Trek. That's what I think. Even though I haven't seen much of the rest of it, I'm fairly sure that's that. I've seen bits of Strange New Worlds and stuff, and it seems good. Like, I'm excited to watch it eventually when I get there in several years at the speed I'm going. New Trek is too bright for me. I prefer the retro futuristic stuff, if that makes sense. Yeah. Honestly, with lighting, on the topic of lighting, New Trek is too dark. But, yeah, I know what you mean. People keep trying to convince me to watch Star Wars, the Andor show. And I'm just like, no, I lost interest in Star Wars. Sorry. I lost interest in Star Wars after the prequel movies. Like, as soon as it didn't have that, film reel fuzz on it, I lost interest. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't. Even when it's good, it's just not the same thing. Actually, after the Clone Wars show. I did enjoy the Clone Wars show, but that was completely different. If I recall correctly, Patrick Stewart did want to treat Picard like a character study, so it's a bit different from normal Trek. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't mind it being different. It's just bad. Like, that's it. That's all I have to say. It is different, and it's bad. It is, at its core, a very boring and pointless show. Andor is really good though. I know people keep saying that, but it's not Star Wars without the fuzz and the camp. Like people say Andor's really good because it takes things very seriously and whatnot, and I'm just like, it's Star Wars. It's not serious. Or even when it is, like in the prequels, there's all the politics and whatnot, which I actually do enjoy. I actually like the prequels. I'm one of those people. But you also have, like, you also have Anakin talking about sand for several minutes. And Obi-Wan's wonderful quips and all of that. And, like, it's camp. It's Star Wars. It's camp. Star Wars, it's about the silly. Yes, it's about the silly. So I understand that Andor is really good objectively and that people really like it, but it's just not, like, my thing, you know? I can't take Star Wars seriously. I can't. I need Anakin and Obi-Wan and Count Dooku handcuffed to each other, trying to escape while yelling at each other. Which is a real episode of the Clone Wars TV show, and I love it so much. It's a really good episode. I've only watched the original 6 Star Wars movies. Yeah, that's... Yeah. The sequel movies aren't worth it, and the TV shows are like a mixed bag, you know? I have heard I've heard mixed things about Ahsoka. All of the shows except Andor I have heard like very mixed reviews about, and Andor has been all raving about it. Watching the prequels is so fun, honestly. Yeah, I don't understand how anyone can actually, okay. That's a lie. I do understand how people can dislike the prequels, because people can dislike anything, and it is perfectly valid to not like something. However, I feel like the prequels get a lot of unnecessary hate. I like them. I think they're good. They are not the same as the original 3 movies, which is because the original 3 movies are also not the same as each other. If that makes sense. Every one of the original 6 Star Wars movies is a completely different movie in Star Wars packaging. Like, they are all completely different genres of movie, which is really interesting. To me, at least. And that's why the sequels didn't work, because they were all just trying to do the same thing, when fundamentally the Star Wars movies were about doing very different things from each other, under the guise of one, like, coherent story, which is very cool. And 2, that's why the prequels have such a different energy. It's because all of the Star Wars movies are different. You just thought that the original 3 were the same because you grew up on the original 3, or you watched them in theaters, or whatever. It's the same thing! And if you don't like politics and walking and talking, that's fine. But they're not bad movies. They're kind of bad movies, but they're like bad affectionate. They're camp. That's what they are. I love it when things are camp. They have the same energy as The Princess Bride. Or Star Trek. They have the funny, yes. Obi-Wan is by far the best part of the prequels, and he is one of the main reasons that I like them so much. There's a lot of weird stuff in the movies. Yeah, it's Star Wars. It's Star Wars. It's weird. I love things that are weird. This is also why I like 2010, the year we make Contact, more than 2001 Space Odyssey, because 2001 Space Odyssey is very serious. And 2010 is very camp. And it's great. Like, 2001 And the books are all very camp, is the thing. The books are all very camp, and that's the reason why 2001 is, in my opinion, just not a good telling of the story. It's a good movie, but it's not telling the story correctly, because it's just... it's boring, and it's bland, and... you know, it sucks. It does. The hello there meme. Yep. There's so many memes from the Star Wars movies. It's great, especially the prequels. Just because Ewan McGregor is such a good... Ewan McGregor is so memeable. He just is. I love Obi-Wan. He was my favorite as a kid, I think. Oh, definitely. I also loved Obi-Wan as a kid. And Count Dooku was my DILF-loving awakening. That's my admission right here on stream. I think that Christopher Lee is hot. Sorry. You're discouraging me from watching 2001. Good! Good! Like, I'm serious. Good is not... because it's not. Like, okay. Here's the thing, you don't even need to watch 2001, because if you watch 2010, the creators of 2010 knew 100% that no one really understood 2001, and so there's a whole explanation of what happened in the first movie at the beginning of the second movie. So you can just skip right to the beginning of the second movie, get the whole plot explained, and just dive in. Not that I feel like it's worth watching 2001 because it's like it's so iconic and well known, and it was a very impactful movie just on cinema in general. And if you have feelings about 2001, about the Space Odyssey series, and haven't seen 2001, it's like you just need to watch it to be able to speak on it and comparison with the rest of the series, etc., etc. But it's really a task. The first time I watched it, I suffered. I did not enjoy it whatsoever. Now that I have read all of the other books and seen the other movie and whatnot, I can appreciate 2001, the movie. I can appreciate it. I can. It's not... Again, as I said earlier, it's not a bad movie. It's just a bad telling of this specific story. And if it was a movie on its own and not connected to a whole rest of a series that it reflects really badly on, then I would have different feelings about it, you know? But it's also very long and very boring, and has some very interesting choices made. So there's that, too. Yeah, it's not a bad movie, it's just a bad 2001 movie. You know? Yeah, reading the books first is great. Reading the books first is highly recommended. You will enjoy both movies so much more if you understand what's happening. Because 2001 does not explain a single darn thing. And 2010 is still a little confusing. It makes more sense, though. Wasn't it because Hal was written badly or something? Yeah, so... You know, if you're gonna have one of your main characters kill a bunch of people, and it be a commentary on government control and technology and, like, trans-humanitarianism, you can't leave out the entire explanation of why that happened, because everyone's going to interpret your movie as being about AI bad instead of controlling government bad. That's right. The real villain of 2001 Space Odyssey is the United States government. This is not a joke. That is genuinely the plot and the theme. That is genuinely what 2001 and 2010 are about. Don't ask about 2061 and 3001. They go very off the rails. There are dinosaurs in 3001. I still don't know what that book is about. And I've read it several times. But literally, that's what the series is about. And you cannot find that theme anywhere whatsoever in the movie. At all. There was actually a scene that explained Hal did what he did in the movie. And then they cut it, just to be confusing on purpose. I will eternally hold a grudge against Stanley Kubrick for the failure of storytelling in that movie that has led to generations of people believing that the completely wrong message from that movie, and also that my favorite character is irredeemably evil, which is also not the point of the story. It makes me so mad. It makes me very, very mad. This is why I have an emotional support HAL 9000, for when I get too emotional about HAL 9000 and need to hold him in my tiny hands. Maybe I should stop ranting about Space Odyssey. I'm sorry, I have a lot of feelings. I themed my entire stream around this movie. I have feelings. I have feelings and opinions, and you're going to hear about them. Ranting about 80s sci-fi makes me tired. You have no idea how many people I have fought with over this. It's something I have locked and loaded at all times, and unfortunately, once I have started, I cannot be stopped. Which has led to this rant being given at very inconvenient times, and my parents being like, please, we're trying to leave, or we're trying to have a different conversation. Can you stop ranting about 2001 Space Odyssey? And I'm like, no! I have feelings! It's important! It seems like I'm doing better with the High Evolutionary deck over Galactus. I switched to High Evolutionary and immediately started talking about something else. I'm like that too. Yeah. I just got diagnosed with ADHD on Friday. And, like, I already knew. But, yeah. There's that. That explains so much about me. It was all I could do not to unload that rant onto my psychiatrist when she was asking me about, like, stuff. We were talking about, like, my interests, I guess, and it was very difficult to not launch into all of that. And I was like, Star Trek and Minecraft and Dungeons and Dragons and 2001 Space Odyssey And Ghostbusters. It's like, there's a list of things that I can give an hour-long speech on if prompted. It's most difficult to hold back when people bring up the worst misconception in the entire world is that 2001 Space Odyssey is like the big quote-unquote evil AI movie. Like, when AI generated art and stuff was first becoming a problem, but anytime AI comes up as an issue whatsoever, someone makes a HAL reference. Someone makes a open the pod bay doors HAL joke. Someone, like, it comes up every single time, and every single time I have to restrain myself from unloading on this random internet stranger. That's not even what the movie's about! It's not! I'm peeking my mic, I have so many feelings! No, it is. It's the original evil AI movie. And there's not a single evil AI in it. That's how badly the movie failed to tell a story. I've been ranting for like 20 minutes. I looked at my time at the bottom of my screen, and I realized that I looked at it when I started talking about like Star Trek and stuff, and it's been 20 minutes. I can already tell I will also have strong feelings once I've read the book and watched 2001. Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, once you know all the details, you will be full of righteous rage for the rest of your life. You can't escape it. You just can't. Join the Stanley Kubrick hate club. The thing is, the books are good. The books are really good, and so is the second movie. They are. It's unfortunate that they're so underrated. My favorite meme, in the third book, the main character drinks comet water. For no reason. He's like 100-year-old man, and they reach Halley's Comet and like siphon water off of it to use as fuel, and he drinks some of the comet water. For no reason. It's just like, Grandpa, what are you doing? And there, like I mentioned earlier, there are dinosaurs in 3001. Like, they're absolutely nutty. They're nutty books. And they're so enjoyable. And I'm just very sad that this series has a reputation that is not equal to what the series is actually like. You know? It makes me sad. I'm just sad. I hope I haven't chased literally everyone away by ranting about sci-fi, but then again, I did theme my entire channel after HAL with the express purpose of ranting about HAL at every available opportunity. So, there is that. Oops. If you came onto my channel and did not expect me to talk about 2001 Space Odyssey, I was like, read my bio? It's right there. It expressly says that I will talk about 2001 Space Odyssey. Oh boy, that's a... All systems go. The only one evil AI I can think of in terms of wants to be evil is Shodan from the System Shock series. Even then, the remake of the first game has her only want to ascend to godhood at the cost of humanity after the CEO of the company that created her hired the player to undo her ethical restraints to cover up a no amount of money can save me crime he committed. Yeah, there are definitely examples of actual evil AI in media. Like, it's for sure, it's not a trope with no basis, you know? it just makes me sad that Hal is the basis when he has never, ever actually been evil. I do like Shodan though. Girl boss. Yup. I've never played System Shock, but maybe I should at some point, since I love the robot. I love robot. Portal's on my list. I'm gonna play Portal soon. After Psychonauts, maybe I'll go to Portal and then go back to Psychonauts 2 and then do Portal 2, you know? Maybe it'd be fun. 90% of the time, it's humanity's fault that the AI is evil. Changed my mind. I mean, usually it's more complicated than that, but I mean, like, true. Hal was quote-unquote evil because of the government. Again, that is not an exaggeration. That's actually the plot. I haven't finished Portal 2 yet, though. I have watched people play the entirety of Portal 1 and 2, but I've never played them myself. Well, I have played- okay. If you were on my channel 2 years ago, you'd know that that's a lie. I did play Portal 2 once. I played the co-op mode with my friend, who has since changed their name, and I don't know what it is now, so I'm just going to say my friend. So I did do that once, but I've never actually played the actual story game, you know, that. Co-op seems fun. I haven't tried it. It is fun. It was very fun. I believe if you go onto the, like, top clips on my channel, one of them is me making an infinite, like, jump thing in Portal 2 and, annoying my friend with it. Just, like, launching myself through the air instead of helping with the puzzle. Because I am actively an inconvenience to everyone around me. That is my role as a person. If I am invited to play anything with other people, I am always just an inconvenience. Among Us, Minecraft, any sort of co-op game, I am there to be annoying. I don't remember what chapter I was on in Portal 2, but it's gotta be somewhere near the end. I do not remember what any of the Portal 2 chapters are called, except for the one where he kills you, because it's so funny. I did that too, TBH. I love being a nuisance. It's my purpose in life, to be a nuisance. Wait, Chell fucking dies, Ilmeo? No. Or yes. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Honestly, I miss playing, like, big co-op games. I wish I could just, like, shout out into the ether, be like, other streamers, cool people, come here that are available at the exact same time that I am. Please come here and play Among Us with me. Like, I wish I could just do that, but that's not how that works. You have to painstakingly collect a group of people and find a time where you're all available. And it's like, why? I'm so bad at Among Us. That's the thing. You can turn being bad at Among Us into an Among Us strategy. Because you can just be bad. And then... like, you know? If you've ever... Go watch Markiplier play Among Us. He is very bad at it, but also so good. Because... it's difficult to explain, but Among Us is one of those games that when you don't understand it, you somehow end up making better plays than the people that do understand it, sometimes. Weaponized incompetence, yes. The only time that weaponized incompetence is acceptable is when playing Among Us. Especially if you're imposter is the thing, because then if you're like suspicious, nobody's gonna trust that, because you're new to the game, you don't know what you're doing. You're being suspicious because you're always suspicious. You know? So it's a strategy. I just like being antagonistic. By which I mean, like, I third imposter the entire time, kind of. Especially if it's proximity chat. Like, I will just run around cackling and chasing people and threatening to kill them, whether I'm crewmate or imposter. So that's my strategy. Just always be threatening, and then when you're actually threatening, no one will believe you. One of my favorite, I don't remember if it was on my channel or I don't think I was streaming it. I think this was a clip on Whoosh's channel. But I remember playing Among Us with a group of friends, and I popped out of a vent and killed someone right in front of my other friend. And I panicked, and I was just like, you know what, I just have to own it. I self-reported the body and immediately started screaming that it was my friend. And I yelled so loud everyone believed me. He couldn't get a word in edgewise. And I won. So that's how to win Among Us by Hellware. Be loud and angry. That's so evil, I love it. Yeah. I just, you know, wahahaha, etc. That was not, I can do a better villain laugh. I did not try on that one. My throat is sore. Oh wow, it's 3:30 already. And I have not progressed whatsoever. I'm at like level 72, what? Or something? Which is basically where I was before. I am doing better with the high evolutionary deck. I do like this one more. Highlight of my Among Us time. Whoosh accidentally vented in front of me, realized they couldn't kill me, and slowly started panicking as they followed me to the emergency meeting button. Yeah. I love Among Us. I truly do. I binge watched a whole bunch of like old Among Us videos from people a little bit ago, and now I just want to play Among Us with a group again. I want to so badly. It hurts. That was actually clipped. I can grab it if you want. Please do. Put it in the Discord server. I'll look at it like afterwards. I just want to play Among Us again. All of my painstaking streamer networking and stuff to make new streamer friends, because most of the people I used to be friends with have gone inactive in the last 2 years, it's just because I want to play Among Us. I need enough streamer friends to play Among Us. That's all I want in life. There's a song from Chicago musical called All I Care About Is Love, and that's what I'm thinking about right now. All I care about is Among Us. All I care about is love. Actually, that was not the right part of the song or anything, but I don't care. All I care about is love. Cares about his love. Something like that. It's one of the Billy Flynn songs. I love Chicago. Chicago's such a good movie. That is definitely a movie that I actually recommend, by the way. Everyone watching the stream right now. Watch Chicago, the movie. It's one of the best movies ever. It just is. I don't think I've heard about it. So, It's like early 2000s musical movies are the best. They are. If a musical movie came out in the early 2000s, actually, it depends. They're either really good or really bad. Like, the early 2000s Phantom of the Opera is bad. But Chicago and Moulin Rouge are two musical movies that came out in, like, the early 2000s that are so good. I watched them both in the same weekend, and they are fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic. Chicago, I'd rate above Moulin Rouge, but they're both really good movies. Moulin Rouge, actually, we were talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi, it has Ewan McGregor in it as the lead. So if you like Ewan McGregor, watch Moulin Rouge. I keep getting more French every time I say it. I'm sorry, I'm French. But Chicago, it's about a woman who kills the man that she's having an affair with and gets arrested, and then she basically, it's about her, like, trying to prove her innocence to the court, like, convince the courts that she actually didn't do it. She had just cause, etc. And get off scot-free. Which is really interesting because she wants to be a dancer and, like, a performer. So she's trying to put on a performance for the courts, you know? And so all of the movie actually takes place mostly in prison, but all of the songs in the musical are, like, on stage, like, sort of her imagination of what's going on through her lens of, like, wanting to be a performer so badly. So they, like, seamlessly transition into these, like, really fun-looking stage performances. The match cuts in that movie are everywhere, and they're so well done. I think about the Hungarian Disappearing Act every single day of my life. That scene is haunting. But it's good. It's really good. Because a lot of the struggle with making a movie out of a musical is that on stage you have a certain amount of suspension of disbelief, that what's happening in front of you is not what is literally happening in the story. So when the characters just stop what they're doing and start singing, it doesn't break you out of the story. Because you already have that suspension of disbelief of what you're coming to see and what's happening on that stage. And so it doesn't feel odd. But in a movie, you expect what you're seeing to be quote-unquote real. You're expecting it to be a literal translation of what's happening in the story. So it's very difficult to put musical numbers into a movie because it inherently conflicts. It's called diegesis. The diegetic medium of a movie conflicts with the non-diegetic nature of a musical number that's not actually happening for real. It's a metaphorical representation of what's happening in the scene. So, Chicago was so smart by making all of their musical scenes so very distinctly non-diegetic that they're being imagined by the characters. And it just makes for such a spectacular film. It truly is. It's the best musical film that exists. I'm sorry, I will say it. It is. It is. Moulin Rouge doesn't do really anything fun with its music. Well, I mean, it does. It does. It's really, it does. But it's not the same as Chicago. It doesn't do anything, I guess, in that same vein. But it does, since it takes place in the Moulin Rouge, which is like a performance house, most of the the music is more literal. As in, a lot of the times that the characters are singing, they are in fact actually singing in the context of the story. So it also works that way. Though the first and last numbers in Chicago are actual stage performances by the characters. They are real. They are actually happening. Which is really interesting. It's like bookended by two real performances by the characters. As opposed to the imagined ones that happen everywhere else. But seriously, I do recommend it. It's a whole experience. A really good one. Yeah, spelled like that. Diegetic. Sorry, everyone has unlocked so many things that I have feelings about today. I love talking about storytelling. I do, I'm obsessed with it. It's my field of study. The only musical I know is Sweeney Todd, oops. I have grown up in a very musical family, both like playing instruments and singing and watching performances, so I know a lot of musicals, I guess. Not as many as like some music theater people, you know? But a decent number. I grew up on very old musicals. I grew up on The Pirates of Penzance by Gilbert and Sullivan. And as I have grown up, I have been introduced to more Gilbert and Sullivan musicals. But The Pirates of Penzance will forever be my favorite movie. Just something I grew up on, which is very weird. Because it is a musical from the late 1700s? No. 1800s. I don't remember. I don't remember when it was written. But it's very old. And the one singular time I attempted to introduce a friend to it, they did not understand what was going on in the film whatsoever. And I gave up. 'Cause it's a bit like watching a musical version of Shakespeare. That's the kind of language we're talking about. Not quite. It's not quite Shakespeare. 'Cause it's nowhere near as old. But it's very... not language that people use today. HMS Pinafore is also very good. I also like that one. You may like Schmigadoon, admittedly. It's on Apple TV Plus, and season 1 is essentially a modern-day couple going through marital issues, get stuck in a pastiche of like 40s musicals like Brigadoon. I don't have Apple TV Plus. And honestly, I think I'd rather watch Brigadoon. I've never seen it, but I do know for a fact that that I own it. I was sorting DVDs. I was sorting our DVDs 2 days ago? Yesterday? 2 days ago. No, yesterday. I was sorting DVDs yesterday, and I found a copy of Brigadoon, and I was like, oh, I've heard of that. I should watch that. It's very fun seeing all these characters I know, but having absolutely no idea how the gameplay works. Yeah, it's like... it's not that complicated, but it's definitely... I think it's probably difficult to figure out just from watching, I guess. I'm gonna upgrade my anime Wolverine. Embrace your inner pirate. Look, man, my pirate site, the one that I used all the time, just recently got taken down, so I don't currently have a resource. Unfortunately. So I'm sad. I attempted to explain this game earlier at the beginning of stream, but I don't know if I did a very good job. It's not that complicated. I just do a bad job of explaining things. As I said earlier, don't listen to me. Just don't. Why are you here? The young Clint card put this man in situations midair and falling. Yes, the chibi Clint variant that I have, yes. You did! I understand it a little bit now. Good! Wonderful! Yay! Janet, hi beloved, normal but blorbos from my comics, I promise. If you like blorbos from your comics, you should play this game. It's all the comic versions of the characters, which is great. This is my high evolutionary deck, which is fun. It's a deck that only became a thing recently when High Evolutionary was added as a card. So I think one needs to actually play the game to fully understand it, which makes sense. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe. And I mean, it is free. So there's that. I refuse to pay for premium, I don't care. So all of these cards with like the glowing outline here are cards that don't actually have abilities as normal cards. They don't do anything. However, when you put them in a deck with the High Evolutionary card, it gives them all abilities. Which is really interesting. So all these cards that previously did not have any abilities now have abilities that all revolve around leftover energy, as I mentioned earlier. It has premium? Yeah, you can... It has like a battle pass, you know, like Fortnite. You get normal rewards for just playing normally, but you can pay to get the better rewards. Yeah, let's face it, every free game has a paid version. It just does. There's always in-game purchases. I actually started putting together ages ago. I haven't worked on it in ages, but I have a Google spreadsheet of free Steam games that don't have microtransactions. But sadly, I just ran out of steam working on it. Like, literal steam, like I ran out of energy while I was working on it. So it only has a few things on it. Yeah, I started making it for my friend, and then I feel bad that I haven't continued it. I should. But I'm busy. I have life and things. See, what I need is just an encyclopedia of all the cards. I need the lore behind every character. Sadly, I don't have all the cards, but I have significant amounts. Hang on, let me go, I'm gonna go to my collection, just for you, Aspen, show you all my cards. So, let's go to... sort by name, I guess. So, and it'll show you, like, the different variants and stuff that I have as well. So here's all of my cards. You can like upgrade them to make them shiny and stuff. It doesn't actually change the ability of the card. I love my Noir Crossbones. He looks so cool. I don't have any decks that I'm using him in, but he's really cool. Mecha Devil Dinosaur. This is, if you start playing the game right now on PC, you get this Mecha Devil Dinosaur for free. That's my Marble Snap propaganda. I am not sponsored. Victor? Oh, Dr. Doom? Yes. He's cool. A lot of people use him in their decks. But I don't have a deck. I have so many Gamora variants. I like the Requiem variant. Very cool. That's a new one that I got recently. And then this one as well. I like this Giganto. He looks so silly. Dr. Doom, my best friend Dr. Doom. Oh, yep, here's the Hawkeye you mentioned earlier. Baby. Oh, it's not the chibi, it's just the baby. I've got lots of stuff. This is an Iron Man I got recently. I forget that I have some of these cards. I didn't know I had Kang. I like this Null so much. I love the cartoony. Dan Hip has great art. Another Dan Hip. Medusa. This Mr. Sinister looks so cool. Again, I don't have a deck to use it in, but I love it so much. Cartoony little Onslaught. He looks so cool. It looks so cool here. And then it's just like, ah, I'm gonna get ya! Baby Professor X with Baby Magneto. Oh boy. This Quake is really cool as well. I love this one. Like, that's so fun. Scotty Young, Rocket Raccoon. Yes. I've got a bunch of pixel ones. I don't really like the pixel ones. I don't know why. They're just not my favorite. Like, I love the Star-Lord. I should probably start wrapping up stream in a bit, but... Oh, I also have this one. So many Star-Lords. The Dinosaur Swarm is so cool. I love this one. It's really cool. It's like... Just... Yeah, dinosaur! Graphics are Sony. I like the layered movement thingy. Yeah, as you, like, upgrade your cards, they get... more layers of, like... stuff. It's difficult to explain. But they get more, 3D and shiny and things. I love this Thanos variant. I do not currently have a Thanos deck. And this Infinite. Oh boy. What else have I got? Oh, yep. Anime Wolverine. I love Anime Wolverine. I think that's it. That's it. That's all I got. I'm missing a decent amount of cards, but I also have, like, a lot. I'm missing some very important ones for the, Galactus deck that I have. Can I see your Daredevils question mark? I don't know if I have any. Oh, I have one. Just the basic one. There he is. Thanos, I am inside your walls. I haven't actually seen that many Daredevil variants. He's not that useful of a card. Like, he's helpful, I guess, but he doesn't play into any, like, specific kinds of decks. So you only see him around sometimes as, like, an extra card in people's decks, I guess. I've never played him. I guess he'd couple well with a Uatu. But, again, that's not a type of deck. That's just... they're cards that let you see other cards. Oh, and maybe Howard the Duck also has a similar ability. It might become a type of deck at some point, like being able to see your opponent's cards and stuff. But it's really, it's not currently. Anyway, we're gonna play a little bit more. We've got like 10 minutes. I'm gonna play a little bit more. Maybe after this game, I will actually, for the last 10 minutes, switch to my White Tiger deck, which is my original deck. And when it works, it's very funny. It's a very funny looking deck, because it just fills everything with tigers. That is genuinely how the deck works. The goal is to fill the entire screen with tigers. God Emperor Doom, I am on a life raft secretly docked on your patchwork battle world planet, writing little threats to your rule in pink glitter gel pen. Oh, are you okay? Look, alright, I can't judge. I called Count Dooku a DILF earlier. So, I'm normal. I was talking about this with friends, I don't remember when, but about my type of men. There are 3 criteria that they do not guarantee that I am attracted to this person. And nor are they exclusive. However, they do bump up the chances significantly, and they all start with D. Demon, DILF, and Doctor. So if you hand me a Demon, Doctor, DILF, I will love that man forever. This is why Percy DeRollo is my favorite Critical Role character. I'm fine. I'm normal. Me personally, I like pathetic masks. Yeah. Like, of course, as always, there are exceptions. My Honkai Star Rail account is entirely themed around Sam Pokoski, and he does not fall into any of those categories. He is just... He's a... What's the trope called? Handsome rogue? Something, whatever that is. Dashing rogue? I forget. What's the trope called? Whatever he is, he's that. Whatever that is, that's what he is. He's too twinky to be a DILF, and he doesn't have any demon involvement, and that man did not go to medical school. Anybody can be a DILF if you want them to be. Not anime twink boys. I'm sorry, they don't fall into that category. They don't. The closest a Hoyo game has to a DILF is Svarog in Star Rail, and he is a robot. He is a giant hunky robot. My criteria for ships has somehow ended up being, do they have a gay divorce arc over ideological differences with a body count entirely by accident? Oh! Are you a Magneto and Professor X shipper? I did not do this with any awareness. I just stumbled into this incredibly specific niche. Okay, I'm going to White Tiger now, so prepare for tigers. My favorite ship dynamic is, I think, some element of annoyance x ennui. Like, not quite enemies, not enemies to lovers, not rivals to lovers, they're just... One of them's just so annoying. That sounds like the plot of Good Omens. Actually no, but that's mostly because I am not very familiar with X-Men. The reason I bring it up is because I have a friend, an IRL friend, who is obsessed with X-Men. And, she is obsessed with Jarek. And also the actors. Like, the actors who play their young selves in the, the prequel movies, X-Men movies. And it's very funny because she's dragged me into watching a bunch of the X-Men movies with her, and she's always like, oh, isn't the young Xavier so hot, and young Magneto, oh my gosh, and I'm like, I truly am not attracted to either of these men. I want Ian McKellen Magneto. I think he's hot. And she doesn't get it, and I don't get her, so it's great. I have yet to actually watch any of the X-Men movies that have, that have Ian McKellen Magneto in them, because we didn't get that far. Chat's going too fast. Isn't one character in X-Men played by Patrick Stewart, or am I misremembering? Yes, that's, Professor X. Yeah. Thematic themes. I'm so good at words. Yeah, the themes are thematic. That's... Yeah. That's how it do. I saw him in Multiverse of Madness. Yes, that was him. I was Professor X. Oh, the cards have voices? Some of them do. For specific things. Okay, so my tigers didn't work there. If I pull it off correctly, if I draw the right cards, I can fill the entire screen with tigers. It's great. It was such a jump scare. I'm at the movie theater and then boom, Old Man Picard. Oh my gosh. So I went to see Barbie this week. Like on Monday. And Rob Brydon was in it. Who is a British comedian. He's Welsh. But I know him from like Would I Lie to You and these British panel shows. QI as well. These British panel shows that I have grown up on and love and that my family watches all the time. And we saw him on screen for 2 seconds. He had one line in the movie. And everyone, like me and my mom and Mud all went, ah, Rob Brydon! And nobody else in the theater reacted whatsoever. But we did. Because he's Sugar Daddy Barbie. Sugar Daddy Ken, sorry. I'm trying to scroll and chat won't let me. This is just like that obscure movie. I think it might have been one of the Marvel Anime's Discords where the Avengers get trapped in DVDs. That sounds wild. Barbie's really good. I'm excited about Barbie. Yeah, Barbie was really good. I did enjoy it a lot. It's one of the Marvel animes. I'm so good at trivia. Put these superheroes in discs now. That sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh plotline. Like, full disclosure, that's Yu-Gi-Oh. Wait, no, that's Dragon Drive! Oh my gosh. I haven't thought about Dragon Drive in years. It's this old manga series that I used to be obsessed with when I was really young. Not really young, but like in elementary school. It was so good. Dragon Drive was really good. Anyways, I have to go now. Have fun with that fact. I am actually gonna be wrapping up the stream in literally like 3 minutes. So, see you later. Have a nice day. Bye! I waved at the screen. You can see it. I am not used to not having a face cam. Even though I didn't have one before. I'm gonna do like one more battle and see if I can get this white tiger combo off, and after that I will shut everything down. I don't have any like after stream announcements or anything today. Okay, this is the perfect setup. All of these cards in my hand, these 4 cards, these are all I need for my perfect combo. Final prediction, baby! Woo! Okay. I'm setting it up. I'm setting it up. If this gets somehow disturbed and doesn't go perfectly, I will be very upset. Okay? I'll be so sad. Maybe this calls for this. I can be tense. I haven't done a single expression change this entire stream, so I'll do this for the last game. I can be nervous. I'm gonna game on myself. How you can end it by clicking the crystal ball in mod view, by the way. What's mod view? Oh, show moderation actions? Oh wait, no. Okay, well that's shifted my entire thing, so now I can't read it properly. The sword? I don't have a sword. It's in chat. No, I don't have that. I really don't. I guess OBS just doesn't have that? I can't open my stream in a different tab or else it like lags everything. There we go. That is the tiger combo. That's what it's supposed to do. Alright, well I got to 73. Which is fine. That's fine. So I'm gonna turn this off. What did I do? I popped up to chat. Oh no, 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 stop, stop, stop. Go back, please. There we go. Okay, so, I'm gonna find someone to raid. And, that'll be it. As I said, I don't have any, after stream announcements today. So that's it. Tomorrow's Psychonauts. Day after that is more of this. Oh boy, nope. Do not give me sound. Oh, how do I... prediction? I will... This is so much. I've never been a Twitch mod for anyone. Mod view update, take a look, watch tutorial. No! What do you mean tutorial? I've never been ah! Stop doing anything. No. Okay, I don't know how to do this. I'm sorry. I don't know how to end the prediction or whatever. So I'm gonna raid my friend. If I can get it to... slash... Oh, no, okay. Why are you making me read my own chat rules? Okay. Slash raid. We're doing this. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming. Woohoo!